Good morning, YouTube. I'm Robert Firestone, the flyover state of West Virginia. I'm not really getting on here to bitch too much or gripe, because in the beginning of all this, me being on here was a place for me to vent. We're getting closer and closer to something that, for whatever reason, I knew. And the truth's gonna come out about it. Okay, I do believe after seeing and hearing what I heard the other day. Okay, it starts off, I think, 2, maybe 3 cures for the CV-19 COVID, and now there's a 4th. Okay, look at my camera. It's just off and on. For some reason, I knew 20 years ago. Okay, for if you take a knife, rusty, clean, whatever, but if you cut yourself, it heals. Okay, you break a bone, it heals. You lose an eye, it heals. You lose your teeth, it heals. You lose half your face, as long as it don't kill you, you can heal from it. Lose a finger, it heals. Lose an arm, it heals. Lose a toe, it heals. A foot heals. Anything lost, anything cut, ripped open, as long as the trauma's not so bad that you can't heal from the trauma. Okay? Been known for over 20 years. For whatever reason, it was an aha moment. Some would say an epiphany. It's like I knew. It's like I said before. A lot of people laugh at me, probably make fun of me on these videos sitting on the opposite side. Don't really care. Y'all can claim whatever you want to. And then if, for say, any other real bright, intelligent, educated people ever get to see this and question their own education, they may start seeing the bigger picture. Okay, to break it down a little bit to where it makes a little bit more sense for most people, or have some kind of something to back up what I believe. Okay. Didn't really understand what made the blood work, why we healed. Okay. Had long, drawn out conversations with heart doctors. Okay. I got a valve somewhere in my heart, on the backside of my heart, that I had a heart attack when I was 13. Okay. How this heart surgeon doctor, my understanding, because I had to ask, I said, how did you know that? Because I never forgot that day that I had that real sharp pain, 90 some degrees outside. I was playing basketball with a bunch of friends, overweight at my young age too. Always been a big fella. A couple times I've been in fairly decent shape, was hidden in a better shape, and found drugs and girls, and that was the end of me. But anyway, I can't blame them because it was my choices. But anyway, started talking to him how he done that heart study on me and knew what age I was. Okay? There's these things in our bloods called enzymes. Okay? Every functionable part of our body, internally and externally, has an enzyme level. It also creates, my understanding, like a ring in a tree where every year it grows. You can cut it down, you see when it had good years, bad years, blah, blah, blah. Our enzymes in our body works the same way when it comes to studying. Okay. Being that I was the age I was when I had my heart attacks, they done these massive heart studies on me with my enzyme levels. Okay. Was told I had a heart attack when I was 13. I never forget it because we was playing ball and we heard a wreck, and we was up on a hill at a grade school on Grandin Road in Roanoke, and we heard people screaming, yelling. We heard the crunch, the car. Um, we run across the basketball court, which was all asphalt, just to see what was going on. Curiosity. Didn't matter what age you was. You heard something like that, you want to go see. Okay. But anyway, I was watching, everything's leaning against the fence, and that's when just this an unbelievable, just sharp pain hit me. Just it even made me. A friend of mine was standing there. Bobby, he said, "You're white." It made my skin go completely white. All my blood just. But anyway, it only lasted a few seconds. Then I was like, come back. I was dizzy headed and just stuff like that because everything just refunctioned. But he told me I had a valve die. Okay, a blood vessel in my heart and the backside, and they couldn't get to that one. But he did tell me, and I've got pictures of it. He even circled it for me, that my heart repaired itself. I looked at him kind of strange, and I said, "What do you mean repaired itself?" He said, "Well," he said, "Mr. Lewis," he said, "everything in the human body repairs or reconstructs itself." I'm like, I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, we go in, we take out people's parts of their lungs, parts of their kidneys, the things that's non-functional, but the rest of it, once it heals, it takes over, and you go forth in life." I was laying there thinking about that one. I was like, wow. That's when it really dawned on me that, and I'd done seen a show years before my heart attack, before it put me in a hospital. Um, the show was called Beyond 2000, and this doctor, I guess, or scientist, was walking around inside this room plumb full of these, looked like aquariums. But you could tell it was way more technical than just a regular aquarium. They had hoses running into them, wires, all kinds of stuff, but they was see-through, almost looked like water. And there was human arms, there was human hands, there was human body parts in all these tanks growing. Okay. Now we're not just talking about the flesh and the muscle. There was bone, everything was growing. Okay. Why that come rushing back to me when I was sitting there thinking about it, it's like, I've been turned on page at a time, little at a time, to understanding something I really shouldn't understand. And this is what I've been trying to tell people about why that I have. Some people call it epiphanies. I don't call them epiphanies. I call it something that's being downloaded from God to me directly to have an understanding about things, to explain to people, or maybe later on proven right. Okay, I'm not out to walk on water. I'm not out to have a pat on the back about any damn thing. Okay, but anyway, we cut, it heals. We break a bone, it heals. That's the simplicity of it. Okay, due to the healing enzymes and the DNA, and it tells us in our Bible that blood is life. All these little things led up to this for me. Okay. I guess it's been 2, 3 days now, maybe a little less. Trump comes out and tells everybody, now this is the second cure that he's done come out with and telling people about that's come to him. Okay. Being Trump who he is and everything, and as tree bears good fruit, he tells everybody. Okay. He's got no reason to run around lying about it like the liberals and Democrats. Okay. He don't have no bottom line, no margin of profitability, because that's all we are to these people. We're walking around profitabilities. Okay. So I started thinking about it. That's some years back, and it really hit me after my heart surgery and everything, and I got out my first year. And I had time in my life to sit around and dwell and think way more so than I did when I was working, because my mind was into my work. Plumbing field, it's a very technical field once you get up into the master's range, because you're doing way more than just basic piping in a house. You're doing high rises. You got to think about the ground floor, plumbing coming out of it, where it's got to go to through the roof. Some places it terminates into dead spaces. But anyway, I won't get into all that. But then you got volumes of different types of pipe schedulings and different types of pipes, steel, plastics, stainless. It goes on and on and on. But anyway, it started dawning on me, and I know it. I know 100% here and here. I know 100% that everything that's been messing with us, everything that's ever needed to be healed in us, each one of us has these enzymes. Each one of us has these healing abilities. There's few and far cases between, or some people can't heal as fast due to either blood issues from birth, or sugar will slow this process down too much in the body, keep you from healing. But I believe that could be reversed too, and I know it. Because I was stage 2 diabetes, had to take insulin twice a day. But as soon as my health increased and my heart started doing better, my sugar doctor took me off all my insulin. My heart was causing a lot of problems in my body. Okay. I need to feed the birds. I got them some seed yesterday. But anyway, I'm just sitting here stating some things. 10:07 a.m., 8/25/2020. Stating this, some as a video history documentation of what I'm stating. And I've met a killer doctor here in Charleston who calls himself a Christian. I don't know if he's a real Christian or not, but he calls himself a Christian. Okay, I've got my downside about religion and churches. Um, Churches and religion is for me, and I started figuring this out about 10 years ago. It was part of the Four Hidden Dynasties. Started studying that and understood religion was something to control the masses inside that building and outside that building. Okay. But anyway, let's get back to the blood. For the younger doctors out there, if you already know that blood has the ability, along with the organs in the body, the ability to repair and heal, you will never ever get me to believe otherwise when they try to say that cancer was not curable. I guarantee you 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, it was curable. AIDS was something that man made up. There's a good possibility even cancer was. Okay? Them to keep a mafia going in the medical field just to keep ramming pills down our throats when all we would have to do, depending on how bad the illness was, is to go in, okay? They've been doing this research on stem cells, okay? I've heard good results and somewhat so-so results for some people. I believe that there's enzymes in them stem cells that wasn't probably enhanced quite correctly, or the doctor didn't understand quite what he should have been doing, or this individual was put on what I'd call a blacklist, not to be healed, but have to come back all the time because that was a resource of money for the hospital. People can say what they want about doctors, nurses, okay? There's a bunch of good ones out here. But y'all got to also have an understanding is that there's good people in all fields. They got to have these people. Makes it look balanced. Makes it look fair, okay? But these people that makes it look balanced and fair, they're just as lost and they're just as much uninformed as we are. And they knowed when they started educating these individuals what kind of individuals they are, so they knew which way to sway. Okay. Now you mad scientist type and your psychopaths, okay? They're the ones more than likely has figured this out. Okay. Here's another proof that most people overlook, and this hit me, I think, yesterday. Dolly, you remember the sheep in Blacksburg that got cloned? Now, you're trying to tell me that we have the ability to clone animals, and us more than likely, okay? But we don't have the ability to enhance our immune system or our system for healing just through the plasma that comes from us, enhance it and put it back into our body to help these systems to functionally heal faster and cure cancers, AIDS, every known disease to man, especially when it's something internal. Now, you got a bone sticking through your arm, okay, that's internal, external, okay, but, you got a big bone sticking out this way. They reset the thing, stitch you up, okay? Think about it. The bone heals internally, stitches is healing internally and externally at the same time. The body went through that kind of injury, that's traumatic. But the body healed it. Now, you're trying to tell me that we don't have the ability as people in this world and as much smarts as we've got, and the good Lord's done put it down here that he's gave us all things. Okay? He didn't say, well, I just gave you all good things or I gave you all bad things. I gave you all things. Okay? And all things work to the good of the Lord. Okay? There's another secret to all this. If the Lord could take a bad situation and turn it into good, okay, or a good situation turn it into bad to teach a valuable lesson or be taught a lesson to me, you, or someone else, then turn it right back around to make it work for you and maybe somebody else in your life. Okay? That's a mental thing, okay? But the thing of it is, our blood works the same way. Our healing properties work the same way. I know it's a little bit confusing, but anyway, like I said, the clone situation. We got the ability to clone an animal. I can clone plants. I can take a cutting from a plant, put it into a solution. There's the high-powered enzymes, okay? I use a stuff called Clonex. Within 3-4 days, keeping it tempered, humidity right, I've got roots coming out the bottom of this sucker and growing like crazy. I can clone. My dumbass country ass can clone. Okay, I've done it. A bunch. Okay. That's a plant. Then got into listening to, I'm probably not going to say this right, I guess biological and horticultural people, and they started realizing that a blade of grass, okay, okay, this kills their monkey theory, okay, this just blows it out of the friggin' water. A blade of grass in our DNA are kin. We have structures of that blade of grass, and our blood to the blade of grass has structures that match each other. Human being to a blade of grass. Okay? But to me, that told me that we're way more in tune and functionally, inherently and functionally part of this earth. The Bible tells us the Lord made us out of dirt. Okay? The ground, clay. So here we go. Ash to ashes, dust to dust. Okay? That's what we go back to. The dirt that we come from. Unless you burn, then we're all ash, I guess. Outside of a few bones that might be left. But I'm letting everybody know, and like I said, I'm putting this out today just to have a functional resource to go back to see, just to say, I guess one day, if I get to live long enough to see it come to pass and see it with my own eyes. Every one of us out here, we're all walking around pharmacy. They do not want us to know this, but y'all got to have a grasp and understanding. This is what's coming. Okay, to not be afraid of something that comes from you and put back into you. Okay, I don't think the Lord's got anything against that, period. I've not yet found anything. Okay, unless you got Satan there with a band of demons standing behind him with a big needle in his hand, ready to pump something into you. Okay, or you got this little meek bastard running around with the glasses that calls himself the savior to the world named Gates, that couldn't get a virus off a fucking computer, much less fix any kind of virus in a human being, and him knowing that anything and everything in the human body could be fixed as long as genetically taken from that individual, enhanced, and put back. He knows. I know he knows. I know a lot of these people know. And this is coming. This is another reason that Trump come out with got to Trump, and then Trump didn't come out with it. Trump got the message relayed to him, made sense to him, and he got it out to us for us to know. This is one little piece of the puzzle, okay, that's coming to pass. I'm thinking the first year that Trump gets back into office, and it's coming, that big pharma as we know it will not be nowhere near what you think it is anymore. There will be experts in the medical field, and I think the hospital path is probably going to slow down to hardly nothing. We will have probably satellite type offices that we will have a doctor or a nurse that we can relate to and go to for anything that messes with us. Pay a single fee, come down with common cold. Okay, they go in, they take a sample of the cold. Okay, this is the kind of enzyme that we need to enhance in Mr. Lewis to get rid of the common cold. Pump it back into me 24 hours later with a good night's sleep, and the cold's gone within days instead of weeks. Sometimes I've went as long with the flu for months, okay, because I didn't really take care of myself, and I didn't go to a doctor. I just kept drinking NyQuil, sleeping, uh, get fill up with fluids all the time. I naturally cured myself with what I had in me, okay. That's all I done. Did it my damn self, okay. Why, I just run its course. Well, you say what you want to say. Okay, like I said, there's gonna be a bunch of smart asses out there laughing at me over this, but I don't care because I'm letting you all know that this is going to be the path to a lot of our cures for most everything and else is out here, or anything that's going to come upon us. Okay, I'd love to think that I'll get to see this and maybe even reap the benefit of it. Okay, of them able to go in, take it might take 2 or 3 different times, slowly, because I don't know what the internal um, heart, or I'm just using my heart for an example. They'd be able to go in after that doctor showed me that at 13, that blood vessel that had died, and then there was these spider vessels, little small blood vessels, attached themselves and growed around, bypassed the main functional blood vessel that I was born with, went around it, bypassed it, smaller pieces, smaller blood vessels, but gained its strength back to where all them little small ones made up that one large one. Seen them on I've seen the pictures. I've still got the pictures put up. So if the human heart does this and everything we've got in us, on us, around us, I got a big scar here too. That's where I busted my head open 90 some miles an hour in a Mach 1 Mustang. Uh, it healed. I was sitting there peeling the skin back on my head, looking at my skull when the paramedic popped up, and I almost made him throw up and pass out because I was sitting there in my side mirror on my Mustang. It didn't hurt, okay? All I noticed I had blood running down the side of my face, and I glanced over and seen a big gash in my head, and my curiosity kicked in. I was like, well, maybe I could see my brain. Stupidity, younger, reached and grabbed it, peeled it back, probably wasn't that far. I could see my skull, I could see blood vessels, I could see it all. And even left somewhat of a scar on my skull. I didn't fracture my skull, but the mirror that the rear view is what got me. Um, it cut me wide, from back here behind my ear all the way up to the crown of my head up here a little bit, and just peeled it back like peeling an orange. And I had to look at it. But anyway, I'll get off here and let y'all know my. I don't. People can say it's a theory. I don't think it's a theory. I feel like right here and here that I was downloaded with this information to tell people, if nothing else, to give them one more shot of hope, and hopefully that there's some young mind out there that may run across this, that's done question this with their so-called teacher, okay, that they need to go another avenue in their education to find out the truth because it's already out there. Maybe a young mind like Sid can make this move forward faster. Don't know. Or light a fire under the ones that know the truth and put it forth to them to let them know that there was no need for all this crazy crap that we done been through. Because if they still keep it hidden, it's still going to be the same old, no matter what. Anyway, y'all, it's 30 minutes in. Didn't mean to make it this long. I just know if we cut ourselves open, we heal. Break a bone, we heal. I know damn well by now, after a heart doctor tells me about these enzymes that's in our body, and he shows me where my heart repaired itself, okay, and I didn't even know I'd had a heart attack at 13, okay. He told me I was a miracle walking around on 2 feet. They're still telling me I'm a miracle walking around on 2 feet because somebody to have a heart attack at that age, 13 years old, I should have never been able to do and function the way I did through my years of working. I should have never been able to do things. And like I said, after my heart surgery, I never had no vein pop out on me nowhere. And now I got veins everywhere popping out all over my skin. I never seen that in my entire life until after the heart surgery. I thought something was wrong when I woke up and asked the nurse. I said, why is my vein sticking out of my skin like that? And she looked at him. She hadn't seen me before. They had issues trying to take plasma from me because I used to donate because of my veins, the way they were and so deep, and they was they functioned. I worked, walked around, breathed, fart, and everything else. But my veins was always hard to get to draw blood, plasma, anything. Didn't even have them really in my hands. I could see a few here and there, but they was real small. Now I got these large, huge ass veins, uh, and blood pumps pretty damn good, even though I have my ups and downs still yet. And I'm on my Entrestos. That's supposedly I looked into that a little bit, and it's got something to do with the enzymes of the heart too. So I'm like, here's another one of these keep me coming backs, or they could have went ahead and done what they needed to do in the hospital and took these enzymes, superinduced them back into my heart, and my heart would probably, instead of, I think I'm somewhere around 20% now is what I've got left. I'd probably be, as we're talking now, I'd probably be somewhere upward of probably 40-50% back to the normal. But like I said, we're going to find out. The truth always finds a way out. And it don't matter how much they squash it, step on it, lie about it, fraudulently teach things that they shouldn't be teaching. It's going to come. Peace, dog, y'all. It's been a little long. Sorry about that. But I hope a lot of people get this. I hope they do. Oh, to my subscribers, thank you. Any new subscribers, thank you. I know I'm still around that lost 1,000 people range. I feel like I've been taken out of their social loop and thrown in a corner somewhere. But I don't care. This gives me a place to come vent, talk to people, maybe hope, maybe some things that you've been pondering that may fill in blanks. I don't know. There's reasons for everything. And we're not always in tune to know why till most of the time later on in life. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it ain't. Peace to all of you.